Hi, welcome to Learn English and Practice with Marie. Today we're going to do Advanced Vocabulary Builder, lesson number 80. We'll go through 10 advanced words and talk about their definitions, parts of speech, and a couple of example sentences. We'll finish with a story for some extra practice and do a quick review of each word. This is a series, so if you like this video, please subscribe for more. And also check out the 79 videos that came before this in this series. Let's go ahead and get started. First, listen to me read the words. Scathing, potable, imbroglio, caustic, ineffable, unctuous, lavish, reprobate, asylum, lexicon. Scathing. This means witheringly scornful as an adjective, severely critical as an adjective. So this idea of scathing is deep, deep criticism or almost hateful attention towards someone or something. A restaurant critic, for example, might leave a scathing review for a restaurant that they absolutely hated. And if you were to receive a review of your work, for example, if you turn in homework and your teacher gives you back your homework with a very low grade and some scathing comments, that would make you feel pretty bad. Examples are, her scathing remarks left a lasting sting on his pride. Despite his efforts, he couldn't help but deliver a scathing retort to her insult. Potable. This means safe to drink as an adjective, drinkable as an adjective. So access to potable water or something safe to drink is an essential element of human survival. This word was used frequently when I worked in an international development context, and I would hear aid workers speak about potable water, and those receiving aid express a need for potable water. So it's a useful designation. It just means drinkable. Examples are, fresh water is essential for survival, and in many regions, it's not readily available in potable form. In emergencies, it's crucial to have access to potable water to prevent dehydration and illness. Imbroglio. This means an extremely confused, complicated, or embarrassing situation. It's a noun. So with this word imbroglio, I might also use a snafu or to be in a pickle, but this word imbroglio has a little bit of heaviness to it. A situation that I was in that I might describe as an imbroglio is once I lent a friend money and asked for it repeatedly back, but that friend wasn't willing to give me back my money and just kept on asking for more, and then I needed it, and then it became very complex and very awkward. So that was an imbroglio that I was in. Examples are, the political imbroglio resulted in chaos and confusion among the populace. Untangling the imbroglio of conflicting interests proved to be a daunting task for the negotiators. Caustic. This means able to burn or corrode organic tissue by chemical action as an adjective, sarcastic in a scathing and bitter way as an adjective, or it can refer to a caustic substance as a noun. So here we have those two meanings. So in the most literal sense, caustic can refer to the kind of burning and erosion and degradation of some sort of material, but what more commonly I'll hear is people use caustic in the context of having almost burning, scathing, sharp remarks. So someone who's bitter and says something really sharp and really cutting could be referred to as caustic. Examples are, his caustic wit often led others feeling wounded and resentful. She winced at the caustic tone of his criticism, feeling the sting of his words. Ineffable. This means too great or extreme to be expressed or described in words as an adjective, not to be uttered, as an adjective. So something that's ineffable is so extreme that it's hard to even speak it. It's hard to even say it. People who are overcome with emotion, for example, might describe what they're trying to say as ineffable. I might use this word to describe something very important and meaningful that impacts me so much that I can't even speak about it. One little example might be Joshua Tree Park. It's a national park in the United States, and it's just so amazing, so interesting, so beautiful, and it impacts me so much that I might get teary as I try to describe it, and might not even be able to. I wouldn't be able to capture the beauty of that place with my words. Examples are, the beauty of the sunset was ineffable, leaving us speechless in its presence. Standing atop the mountain, she felt an ineffable sense of freedom and tranquility. Unctuous. So, when referring to a person, excessively or insincerely flattering, as an adjective. Oily, as an adjective. Unctuous. This means, when referring to a person, excessively or insincerely flattering, as an adjective. Oily, as an adjective. So, someone who is unctuous towards another person gives lots of compliments. They're very nice, almost to the extreme. A literary example is Mr. Collins from Pride and Prejudice. He is unctuous towards Lady Catherine, his patroness, who he absolutely adores. He speaks about her all the time with whomever will listen and just gives so many compliments in a really excessive way. But I also heard the second meaning of this word in context fairly recently. I was watching a show called Next Level Chef that is hosted by Gordon Ramsay and some other very famous chefs. And one of the judges on that show referred to a contestant's dish that they cooked as unctuous. And what she was saying, the judge, was that the dish was oily. It was heavy with sort of grease and oil. Examples are, his unctuous demeanor made it hard to trust his intentions. The unctuous pesto sauce made the pasta dish heavy and rich. Lavish. This means sumptuously rich, elaborate, or luxurious as an adjective. Bestow something in generous or extravagant quantities on as an adjective. So something that's lavish is over the top, it's excessive. And we definitely use this word lavish when we're talking about rich people who overspend. So you might see someone who's very wealthy go on a lavish trip where they are on a yacht and they're having the finest foods and the best entertainment and all of the most expensive things that money can buy. That would be a lavish trip. Examples are, the couple threw a lavish wedding, sparing no expense to celebrate their love. She lived a lavish lifestyle, surrounded by opulence and extravagance. Reprobate. This means an unprincipled person as a noun, unprincipled as an adjective. So this word can either be almost joking and light, or it can be extremely negative and cutting, but it depends on the context and the tone. So I did encounter multiple definitions, one of which indicated that this word is referring to someone being evil, and another one that said that this word was used in a joking way. And neither are wrong. It just really truly depends on the context. So what I've given you here is a kind of neutral approach to the word. So someone who is a reprobate is kind of slacking off. They're not living up to their potential, and they are breaking rules, breaking societal norms. Examples are, his reprobate behavior consistently landed him in trouble with the law. The reprobate's reputation preceded him wherever he went, making it difficult for him to find acceptance. You could use this more lightly, though, by calling your friend a reprobate for neglecting to study for his test, for example. Asylum. This means the protection granted by a nation to someone who has left their native country as a political refugee, as a noun, or it can refer to an institution housing people who are mentally ill, but only in a very outdated sense. We no longer, at least in the US context, have asylums or use asylums to house those who are mentally ill, but historically, that was the word used. So, this word asylum is kind of best represented by its first definition, because that's the one that's, a current one. And someone who's immigrating might be seeking asylum in another country. So, someone who's leaving their native country to seek protection and safety and housing in another country could be described as an asylum seeker. Examples are seeking asylum, the refugees fled their war-torn homeland in search of safety. The asylum seeker's journey was fraught with danger and uncertainty. Lexicon. This means the vocabulary of a person, language, or branch of knowledge. It's a noun. So this can be used to refer to an entire language. For example, Greek has a broad lexicon of all sorts of different Greek words. It can also refer to the vocabulary or the way of speaking of a particular individual in their word choice. So the lexicon of a 3-year-old and a high schooler is going to be vastly different. The 3-year-old has significantly fewer words at their disposal as they try to express themselves, whereas someone who's in high school will have developed a lot more language. All of you who are watching are building your lexicon. You're learning these new words to kind of expand the amount of vocabulary you have at your disposal as you express your thoughts, feelings, and ideas. Examples are learning a new language requires mastering its lexicon of words and grammar rules. The poet's lexicon was rich with imagery and metaphor, painting vivid scenes with words. So, let's read through a story for some extra practice. In the heart of high society, Lady Cordelia stood as a figure of opulence, her wealth unmatched and her parties legendary. Yet, beneath the lavish facade, resentment simmered. Her unctuous demeanor and scathing remarks left many feeling alienated. One fateful evening, amidst the splendor of her grand ballroom, an imbroglio erupted. Lady Cordelia's caustic tongue had ignited a feud, setting the aristocracy ablaze with gossip and spiteful whispers. Her attempts to navigate the social intricacies only deepened the divide, leaving her reputation tarnished. Despite her efforts to mend relations, the reprobates of society continued to shun her, finding solace in their shared disdain. Lady Cordelia, isolated within her own social circle, sought refuge in her vast estate, where even the finest potable liquors failed to dull the ache of loneliness. In the quiet sanctuary of her library, she found solace in the ineffable beauty of literature. Lost within the pages of her favorite novels, she discovered a world where the constraints of society's lexicon had no power. In the end, it was not the opulent parties or the admiration of her peers that brought her peace, but the quiet asylum of her own mind. And there, amidst the hallowed shelves of her library, she found refuge in the beauty of words, unbound by the judgments of others. So, let's quickly review these words, and I'll spell as we go. Scathing, S-C-A-T-H-I-N-G, means severely critical or scornful. Potable, P-O-T-A-B-L-E, means drinkable. Imbroglio, I-M-B-R-O-G-L-I-O, means a confused, complicated, or embarrassing situation. Caustic, Caustic, means to burn or corrode organic tissue with chemical action, or sarcastic in a scathing or bitter way. Ineffable, Ineffable, means too great or extreme to be expressed with words, not to be uttered. Unctuous, Unctuous, means when referring to a person, excessively or insincerely flattering, or it can mean oily. Lavish, Lavish, means very rich, elaborate, or luxurious, extravagant. Reprobate, Reprobate, is an unprincipled person or the quality of being unprincipled. Asylum, Asylum, means the protection granted by a nation to someone who's left their native country as a political refugee, or it has an outdated meaning of a place that houses mentally ill people. Lexicon, Lexicon, is the vocabulary of a person, language, or branch of knowledge. So, let me read through these one more time and we'll wrap up. Scathing, Potable, Imbroglio, Caustic, Ineffable, Unctuous, Lavish, Reprobate, Asylum, Lexicon. Great job today. There are other videos like this on this channel, and there will be more soon. I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Feel free to practice with these words or ask questions, and I'll put playlists and videos right here. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!